Howdy everybody, I'm Will, and this is Northwest Missouri Broncos. So remember, if you find this video entertaining, informative, or funny, or just like watching an old hillbilly, like, subscribe, and share for me, please. Thank you. Okay everybody, so we are getting ready to do the rough country tailgate reinforcement on the Bronco, so stay tuned. Okay, so step one is to remove the spare tire. Okay, so step number two is to remove this plastic piece from the inside of the door on El Cheapo Harbor Freight trim tool. Should be able to get it in here somehow or another. So, I only broke one of the three. I guess that's not too bad. So this is supposed to basically hinge its way out and then come off. Didn't work out maybe as well as it could have. It looks like I broke the one tab right there like these two, but that's minor. All right, step three, unplug the brake light and camera. See photo number 2. So that's gonna be these two connectors up here. There we go. All right. Step 4, remove the wire grommet from the door by pushing on the tab. See photo number 3. So that's this little guy here. There we go. So that's out. Pull the wires through the door. We did that. Step 6, remove the 8 bolts on the spare tire carrier using a 13mm socket and wrench. So this seems like a good time while I'm moving faster because of the magic of editing than I would normally move, taking these bolts off to say thank you to Mr. Marcus Bush and Mocan Broncos. He provided the piece that we're installing here today, so we'll just say that he sponsored this video. That's a fair thing to do, I think, and we do appreciate it. It is ticking a box off on our way to lifting tires. That'll come sometime. I don't know. These tires still aren't in too bad a shape, so we'll let them go for a little bit. But I just wanted to take this minute here and wish I could speed this thing up more than 2 times, but I sound funny talking at 2 times, so I got rid of the voice and we're doing this instead. So again, thank you, Mr. Bush. We do appreciate you. Okay, so our next step here, I'm back at 2 times speed, so I sound kind of funny talking, so we're back to voiceover. Anyway, our next step is adding shims around the door, basically to keep it in position when we take the hinge bolts loose so the door doesn't fall off or get out of alignment. I've seen people use cardboard for this. The directions say plastic. I went down to Home Depot and just bought a $1.50 little package of window shims that you would use to get your window level when you install it, and they seem to work really well. They give you a lot of adjustments so you can get the ones that are underneath the door nice and tight, and you know, never seen them, they're wedge shaped, so as you work them in there on the left and the right to keep the door centered up just like it should be, they just go in and do just what you want them to do. and work really well.
We have shimmed it up. Just place a plastic spacer between the door jamb on the latch side of the door. So I put a wooden spacer. I didn't use plastic, I used wood because, well, I just used wood. Remove the door hinge bolts using a T47 Torx bit. That was the trick to this deal. I've got several sets of Torx bits and none of them have a T47 in them, so I had to go buy a new set. So we got the hinges all loose. It says install the supplied 8mm by 45mm bolts and spacers to the reinforcement and install to the gate using a 6mm Allen wrench. Okay, I don't know if I can show you guys this, but this has got a curvature in it. This is not flat. This has a bow in it.
Okay, so this piece has a little bit of a bow or a little bit of a curvature to it so that it matches the curvature of the door. It is not entirely flat, so when you're putting it up there, just be aware of that and make sure the RC initials in the bottom right corner that I am covering up right now are appropriate, and you'll be good.
So basically we have to just reinstall the tire mount and tighten the hinges. Come here, Cheyenne, please. Hold that. Thank you. Okay, so not a hard install here. Go around and put all your, tighten your stuff up kind of like you would a lug nut. Or a set of lugs on your tires, tighten across so everything tightens even. That seems to be what I fought with the most, was just a little bit of alignment here and there. I chose to reuse the Ford factory nuts instead of the ones that Rough Country sends, which might potentially be just a shade longer, but I didn't figure they were nearly as good. So that's basically it right there. Of course, if you bought the extension, then it would there would just be a metal bracket that goes right around here, and then this would bolt up to that. So nothing difficult by any means. Frustrating at times because stuff doesn't line up like you want it to, but nothing difficult. So we will put the spare back up there, and we'll call this job done, and we'll move on to the next one. All right. Okay, our last step now is just to hook up our camera and our tail light. So, this little bugger. All right, clip him in, and we'll put our little panel back on. Here we go. All right, there's that. So that job is completed. All we gotta do is put our cover back on.
Thank you to Mr. Marcus Bush and Mocan Broncos for sponsoring this video.